Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for those that may not know me, my name is William Bowen. I'm actually in both IT and fitness, as you can pretty much tell by the title of Jack Geek. And of course, I've actually had a few certifications in network security. Fitness, I have my certification from both ACE and NASM, as even NITA for group exercise and even some yoga stuff as well. So today I want to tell you the best way to stay fit while you're on the road. First thing a lot of people want to think about would be nutrition. Easiest thing to do would be probably get some nutrition bars. Make sure you get the good kinds. Some that I've actually tried that aren't that bad for you were the GNC oatmeal bars. Real good for a quick, easy breakfast. The only problem is they can be costly for a while, so you may actually want to go online for them. Other ones will actually be, something that's real good will actually be the Mighty Muffins. Those are really good if you get them in bulk. You'll definitely love them for breakfast because basically add some water to it up to the little dotted line I have in there. Throw it in the microwave. 45 seconds later, you have a muffin that's actually healthy for you.
It's called Mighty Muffins?
Mighty Muffins. And it's actually almost better for you than a bowl of steel oats, or almost as good.
And you said it's like instant?
Yeah, instant muffin. Or actually, that's what they say. It's supposed to be instant muffin, but realistically, it's more like oatmeal. But it's a little bit thicker, so you guys eat it with a fork, or I like to eat it with a spoon, depending on what flavor you get. Because most of them, especially like the peanut butter one, because the peanut butter in it, it's like oatmeal once you pull out the microwave. So I eat it with a spoon. The apple cinnamon one, I eat that with a fork because it does come out like a regular muffin.
And that's a GNC product?
The Mighty Muffin actually comes from Flat Jack. You can get that on Amazon or anywhere that sells healthful stuff. GNC's, only about half of the ones I go to actually carry them, but buy them and sell actually a much better carry if you want to get those. Another tip, and this kind of plays back to a video I just posted on YouTube yesterday, and hopefully no one has any dirty minds because of course some of my buddies on Facebook took it the wrong way. There's also something out there known as man cakes, a good pancake mix. And one thing I know is really good is you mix it with milk, and then even have some blue raspberry flavoring you can get. That's not that bad for you. When you basically mix all that together, you have blue raspberry pancakes. Phenomenal taste. Had some yesterday, and they're really good for you. And then the protein powder I used for it had like 23 grams of protein, and already had the blue raspberry stuff mixed into it. The only issue is your pancakes, your waffles will come out the color, it'll be blue, but the taste is, like I just said, is phenomenal. And of course, you want to get even more into it. See if I brought some cookies with me. And I think I left them in the room, but if I left the complete cookie, there's something also known as a complete cookie you can get from Lenny and Larry's. They actually are pretty decent for you, and even have their own mix of brownies. So then we'll go to Lenny and Larry's, get you some of those to snack on. Basically, fix your cravings at the same time, won't damage you too much as far as health and nutrition is concerned. So those are also good. And then, if you're in a pinch, there's also something known as the Quest bars. Those are good, and their competitors, which now I can't even think of the name of it, Combat bars. So Quest and Combat probably are the two best bars I can think of right now. Clean, nutritious. And last but not least, Quest also has some of those Quest chips, like potato chips, but they're like low carbs, low fat, high protein. Only problem is they're kind of expensive and they constantly sell out. And I'm letting you know right now, the cheddar ones are okay, but the clean like the barbecue are almost like crack cocaine when you get them.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah. And for the Lenny and Larry cookies, it's the same thing if you get the white chocolate macadamia. Those are real good. And now I'm starting to talk like so those are real good ones. So now we're done with the food portion. Let's go on to weightlifting. So of course, you don't always need weights if you're trying to actually get in shape, but having some type of resistance is always helpful. So first thing I'll tell people to do is, okay, stick with the basics. So of course, that'll be like your squats. You have to, by the way, squats like this. You gotta bring your arms out, give your legs support. Make sure your knee doesn't touch your toe. Make sure you have a flat back while doing this. Make sure your posture is good. So you kind of come down, back up, down, and up, down, and up. And that should help people with it. there's even something known as special trainers. So right now I have the Jungle Gym XT. You have two handles like this. You pretty much put these into a door and kind of use the handles. And holes in the handles kind of help you if you have trouble keeping your posture while doing squats.
You want me to throw one up for you?
Huh?
You want me to throw one up on the door for you?
Sure.
While you're talking?
Yeah. So they can kind of get an idea what it looks like.
Now,
So-
would this be something I could, if I'm worried about, like I want to start doing squats and maybe
You work on your posture.
I'm on the plane all day, I'm not so sure I don't want to fall over on my butt. Is there anything
Yep.
I can do to kind of stabilize myself while I'm doing that?
I mean, that's kind of the purpose of the handles. The handles actually work kind of keep it at a straight plane of motion. So one thing that people try to do, like people that may have had a back injury, so they're trying to get used to the exercise, they have to do one arm first, just make sure they have something to keep them stable, and then down the single arm.
You have to shut the door.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But you can't
On
get
the
the
other
idea.
side, 'cause
Yeah.
now you'll be on the other wrong side.
Yeah. But I think,
It's
yeah.
a taller door.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I think you change the idea of it where you just grab the handle and use it as an anchor to keep yourself stable.
Yeah, but that is important. Make sure.
Yeah, make sure the door is locked.
closes and- Just like climbing, test your rope first.
Yeah.
Before you put your weight on it.
And that actually segues to my next topic, a nice little gadget. So, of course, next thing, question would be, okay, let's say you want to use wristbands instead of a suspension trainer like this. Well, keep in mind, you also need to get special door anchors. So I found some cheap ones at Dick's Sporting Goods for coming up here because, like a new one, left mine at home. But this rang about $5. So I had two choices, either drive 15 minutes back home or spend $5 at a store on the way to Penguicon. And I said, let me spend $5 and get something that's new and that's not beat to death anyway. So once again, make sure this part is actually secure in your door. This part goes to the handles, start get your bands, and then kind of straps everything into place. And actually having a dual setup like this is actually pretty good if you want to do a couple fly movement, lateral raise movement, or even some chest flies. Now you have 2 endpoints where you can actually have the band set up. And one thing to keep in mind is just like with math and arithmetic, make sure everything's balanced and even up. Distribution of resistance is the same on both sides of it, or it's just one side. So let's say you then decide, okay, we're done upper body, lower body. So then, of course, once you get used to doing lunges, squats, go to single leg, start doing lunges. Once again, make sure your knee doesn't crash your toe. Keep a flat back. Make sure your hips are squared up. Sometimes people like to do this. Kind of move their arms out a little bit for extra balanceability. Make sure they're even. Then you change sides. Then you go back.
Is there anything I can do if I'm having trouble keeping my balance, like I always do?
Once again, the handle trick I mentioned earlier.
Oh, grab the handle on the door thing? Or?
Yeah, grab the handle, or if you're at a place where it's secure, ironically, there's something right here. You can even use something like this to kind of keep you stable.
Your hotel room, there's always going to be a desk or something.
Yeah. So that gives you a little extra support. And of course, also a class of push-ups. So let's say you don't feel like going all the way down to the floor to do push-ups. You can pretty much grab a table like this, and then do push-ups against the table. And this kind of helps you with push because it's like less distance you have to travel. So it's less weight that you're pushing back.
Does it work different muscles doing it on the table versus on the
It's the
floor?
same. It seems like you focus more on your lower pectorals when you go off the table like this.
That's what I was
Or more
wondering.
people have a tendency to do that. And that's the case then. Neil kind of brought up earlier this week where you may just want to bring your shoulders back a little bit, but just be careful with it, and then kind of push this way. Because the thing, of course, with the shoulder girdle and everything, shoulder girdle and rotator cuff being here, you don't want to put too much stress in this area because you're not trying to tear a rotator cuff muscle, which is definitely important. Okay, now back to the bag of tricks. So, of course, we have the dual system with the suspension trainer. And of course, next thing we'll go to will be the bands. So bioelastics are basically the most universal bands you can get, also known for being the most, actually being one of the better variants, so I'll stick with bioelastics. And that's provided is they stick with a standard where you pretty much have the handles, you clip it in here on one end, and on the other end you stand it, get into a door anchor, and you're all set. So let's say I need to go against a door. Pull out the door anchor like so. Put it in here. Make sure the thick rubbery part is secure here, and this part is closed within the door, and I'm all set. And at this point now, this pretty much has the same effect as using a cable machine in the gym. So another nice part is, of course, you can do a lot of things you can't just do with regular body weight. So let's say we were going to actually want to hit the upper part of the pectoral muscles or chest as well as shoulders. You can actually stand on the bands like this, moderate weight. Bring them carefully, make sure you don't scrape yourself while doing this. Push up, don't go too heavy with it. Back down, up, and down. So now you got to focus more muscles because now you're pretty much working your upper chest as well as your front deltoid at the same time. Then, once you get a little more advanced, you need to take a foot off of here. Make sure you're centered. And then start doing lateral raises. And this actually works the side part of the shoulder. Then last but not least would be rear delt flies. Bend over, fly back, pull out this way, work your rear delts. If you want to actually get more of your back, they come, pretty much this reverse muscle for your chest. Pretty much your rear delt, lat pull ups. I'm getting everything mixed up, wait a minute. So now if you want to hit your actual back or middle of your back and the upper back, that's as we've been on a roll, so you pretty much got the bands like so. Get the edge of the handles, bend over, make sure you have a flat back. Don't round your back at all while doing it. Make sure you keep your back flat at all times. So you pull backwards, and this actually works your latissimus dorsal, also known as your back muscles. It is real good for people that may have back issues, but once again, make sure you stay with the position you're comfortable with, otherwise you're gonna hurt yourself instead of help yourself. And of course, people will say, okay, I want to use some actual weights. But here's another solution. Water jugs. Kind of going to piggyback an idea of using recyclables when you're working out as well. Because a lot of people now are even grabbing like old tires and flipping them in their garages or on the parks, or using them to do little deadlifts like this. And of course, with a deadlift, you got to make sure you keep a flat back. Don't do a Peter Griffin and try to take your legs out of the question and use all your back for the jerking motion. Don't do that. Whatever you do not do that. Yes. And sadly, there are a lot of YouTube videos that are not safe for work where people are actually working while trying to do this. Oh not sad. Oh, you don't want to see it. So yeah, so now you have your water jugs. You can probably put about 12 pounds of water in them and use this for curls. So this works your biceps, it's like you would the bands, as well as your triceps for tricep kickbacks, and then for shoulders, lateral raises. And I find this feels like this is actually more effective than the bands. I feel like I can get a full range of motion this way. And it burns.
If it's too heavy, you can just dump some water out, right?
Exactly. And of course you have the front raise. And then rear delt fly.
I'll start out with bottles of water, like bottles.
And you want to go for something that's like not too heavy for yourself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, something you can actually do, but still keeps
Like
it
a
burn
12-ounce
after.
bottle of
12
water.
ounce girls in the concert?
Yeah. And for me, it's like 12 pounds actually enough just for these type of exercises. And unless I want to do some leg work, they say, well, best bet is 25 pounds. Well, 12.5 and 12.5. Done. Or, if you want to do some kettlebell swings, you can do it like this. And as I said, 25 pounds, it feels more like 35 pounds, but I know it's 45, so this is perfect. So you can do kettlebell swings with it, and even snatches if you get something that's heavier. And now snatching out a fist pump. So any questions at this point?
Sure, one. So obviously the recycled items are free, but what's some of this other stuff gonna set me back? Like, just kind of getting started or whatever.
Well, Spreadshirt Trainer, like the one I have here, I paid like $75 for this online. Sears want to charge $100 for it. However, you can do there are a lot of DIY kits out there where you about 30 if you do it yourself.
About how hard are those to put together if you do it yourself?
It all depends. Just make sure you get good materials. So
Right.
if you get like good materials, probably about $30, and maybe a couple hours putting it together yourself afterwards.
Right. Just depends on who you are.
Exactly.
I saw one online. I got a set of like from Harbor Freight or something. I got a set of towing, ratchet tie-down straps.
Oh yeah.
And I haven't finished the project yet, but just having the straps, I think, is a large portion of it.
Well, the straps are like dirt cheap anyway. Oh, thinking about the bands.
Oh yeah, how
For the
much is
handles.
a set of bands?
Oh, the bands run you about, for the basic set, run you about $40. And the one I got ran about 50, but then I got an extra heavy band in it. And then the handles, if you ever need to get a new handle, just like the door stops, are like $5 each. Or you get a couple of these for $5 on sale anyway.
So the main thing is the bands then?
Yeah, just make sure you keep them in shape and you're pretty good to go.
Well, actually, you could probably swap those handles, like buy the bands, get the handles with the bands, and then if you want to do the home suspension thing, you probably just slap those handles on the toe straps.
There you go. Yeah, and another thing they just came out with will be the band barrier, and this kind of help protect your bands. So let's say you're standing there, you put let's say you're doing exercises with a lot of force on it, like some band squats or shrugs. So what you want to do is actually get this, even though you may be able to kind of do it yourself with a towel. Like some people like I was doing back in the day, but since they have something like this, that's basically running me like $8. I'm like, let me do something that's actually guaranteed to work, keep everything safe, or so to say, keep everything durable. So the idea is you place this in here. So now you have a little extra barrier. Then you stand on it. And now you put as much force as you want to without damaging the band. And of course, most works good for shrugs too. So you get a little bit of a cross between a deadlift and a squat here, more like a hex bar squat. So all this works together. And then last but not least, they just came up with this for people to be a little bit more ergonomic. The X bar.
Nice.
And Myers actually is like a knockoff brand. This brand is like $100, north like $150. Myers is a knockoff brand, which probably works just as good after I bought this one for like $40.
Oh wow.
So hopefully everybody didn't hear that part, but yeah, there is a knockoff brand that's like $40 that does the same thing at Myers.
That's good.
So if you actually want to do regular back squats, you can now have this in your back with bands against the door. Pretty much more recommended way to do it is get this against the door. Because trying to do it straight off the ground, it's gonna hurt a lot. I tried it. Even though with a front squat, it's not as bad because you have a little bit more control. You're not coming as far, and it's actually a more natural plane of motion that way.
Right.
And of course, everyone's favorite, curls, alternating grips. Even having it against the door and kind of do like a close grip bench with it. Then if you want to like also do like shoulder press, if you found a way to anchor it the right way, maybe do it behind the neck, but I don't recommend doing exercise unless you're really good at doing it. Got a lot of rotator cuff injuries happen that way. And of course, different ways of doing lat pulls. And then chest press right afterwards, so you have the reverse grip, bench press right here, with a supinated grip and then a pronated grip. And if that's not versatile enough, P90X also came up with this. Pretty much they call it the bench press push-up, which basically resistance bands for push-ups, but they made something now that's a lot more ergonomically designed. Because back in the day, if you want to do push-ups with bands, you basically have to put it right here on your back. And after a while, it would hurt. This gives you the padding and it's actually set up so now, you put this on, put your hands carefully here so you don't tear it up. And now you're all set to go. Do push-ups this way. Or even you just want to do some stretching. Skip for that too. course, I still have to go to the phone apps. Because we're a Penguicon, so now we have to go to the more geeky gadgets. So of course, everyone knows about Fitbit and everything dealing with macro counting, which I honestly don't really mess around with that much because I pretty much can just eyeball stuff now. But also something known as Fitlist, which is a good app. Fitlist is pretty much something that lets you kind of track all your workouts and then keep count of them in your phone later on.
So Fit List?
Yep, Fitlist is a good one. And the other one I actually use a lot will be Run Keeper when I run. Fitlist I think is also on Droid as well, and I definitely know that Run Keeper's on there because I believe you have it as well.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's one of those ones that says the GPS track how far you ran, so you don't have to think about it.
Garmin does that.
Well, if you have a Garmin, then thanks.
And they even have some other couple more apps I found. Map My Walk is a good one, and someone recommended it. You have to use that at this point, but I heard it's pretty good. And then there are two mind hacking apps that someone recommended. First one is called Focus at Will, and the other one is Binaural.
What?
Binaural. It's kind of like one of those type of apps where you kind of like supposed to improve your brain power with binary signals, or analog signals or something to that effect.
Basically just kind of get you in the zone kind of thing, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was some weird app that someone recommended for me, and I yet to download it, but I had yet to try it.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. So, any other app recommendations?
The Run Keeper is the main one I use. I don't know, does anybody use like a Fitbit or anything like that?
No, I've heard a lot of my friends talk about using it, and they say they like it. But
I like it. My mom has Fitbit, I have the Garmin one.
now, what exactly does that do? Like, what's it for?
Mine tracks your heart rate, tracks how many steps you take. It does the map keeping all on the device itself. It'll track your walking, your running, everything.
Okay.
It also tracks your sleep and pretty much anything you do. It's pretty much a physical spy on everything you do.
There you go.
Don't let anybody get a hold of it, and it's got all your info on there.
Oh yeah, last but not least, from being fit, make sure you always keep a water bottle.
Oh yeah.
Mine does way more than I do activity-wise, that's all I.
I mean, the big thing, I don't know if you agree with this, but when I see people with Fitbit, the big thing they do is like it kind of gamifies it. Like,
Yeah.
You're looking at it, you're like, holy crap, I've only taken, 900 steps today and I need to take 1,000, so I'm gonna go right now.
Okay.
Unlike-
Go
So
walk
it's,
right now.
so it's basically to make you aware of what you're doing if you're trying to set a goal.
Right.
Mine has an alarm on it.
Challenges and stuff. Like
If
you have
I
friends
sit
that
for
do
too
this, you can
long-
do challenges with them.
Oh,
You can get the
okay.
most steps in a day or a
That's neat.
week.
There we
or-
go.
If I sit too long, mine yells at me.
Oh, okay. There we
It-
go.
Chill, one
it
step
does-
1,000. You should go
it
until you get
vibrates.
over 9,000.
You can either have it vibrate or beep. So if you sit for too long, it'll be like,
Like,
and
go
you're
do
just like,
something.
hey fatty, get up.
Which one
Get up
do you
and make
have?
my
I'm not wearing it right now because I hurt my back and I don't want it yelling at me.
Exactly.
Which one do you have that does that?
It's the Garmin's, like all
Oh,
of them
you have
except
the
for the cheapest one do that. The second level up, it has a bar on it.
You don't mind
Like
me
once it
asking
hits
how
to a
much?
certain
How
spot.
much do they usually run you, like the different ones?
Mine was like 400,
Wow.
but it's one of, my husband bought it for me. It's one of the higher end ones.
Mine too, that's like a
But
high-end
they have,
version.
yeah, they have them that are like 70, 80 bucks.
Okay, now is that like the lower end ones? Is it?
The lowest end one for Garmin is gonna be like 70, 80 bucks.
Okay.
The mid-range ones are like 120,
Okay, so
170.
that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I
The
think it's
$300 one was a
Fitbit's
gift.
like the low end is like 70-ish, but like high end's like 200.
Yeah.
Like Fitbit just has like a brand new watch that came out. It looks like a watch now instead of just a wristband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like
that's how mine
And
is.
it
It
makes
looks
you
like a
dinner.
watch.
Wouldn't that be nice? I'd buy that one.
It is
Make your
actually a
brownies and
watch as well.
cookies.
It does have the time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally, I left it charging at home. I normally have an old Pebble watch, kind of like that original watch with the e-paper Kindle type of screen.
Okay, yeah,
And I know that has a couple different apps that do a Fitbit kind of thing. I don't use it for that. But that's another thing. I'd be surprised if there wasn't kind of a Fitbit style app for your phone.
The Garmin one has an app, so does the Fitbit.
Yeah, the one does.
They have one that is syncs right with your,
I'm
like,
pretty
the-
sure my Samsung comes with like
The
a
one
thing
I
that you can,
use-
like a pedometer type feature. It
Yeah.
drains your battery though, so I always have to turn it off.
the Garmin one has like a whole community, not like Facebook where you actually meet people, because who wants to do that? But like you can connect and compete with people.
Okay.
So they find random 10 people who are within your workout average, and then you compete to beat them. And once you've beaten that so many times, then they move you up a level, and now you're starting at the bottom, and you gotta try and beat those people. So it's like a little competition.
Oh yeah, another thing, kind of going back to the whole gadgets and everything else, another thing that's very important, find the best way to actually get some rest and some sleep. So of course, there are a lot of nap panels that are coming over the last few years, where people actually take little quick 10, 20-minute naps here and there so they don't not completely burn out at the end of the con, so that's also a good one.
Yeah, there's one later tonight, I think.
Yeah, there's one about how to nap.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, there's, how to take naps.
Actually, is that Marie?
I think it's Saturday. Isn't the nap on Saturday?
There's a how to relax. Do you know how to actually relax on Saturday?
Yeah, that's a different one.
Tonight at 9, right next door at EMC2 is the nap one.
Oh yeah, there it is. Why and how to catch a daytime nap.
Who's the person?
Doesn't say in here. Can't first.
Marie Staver.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Marie, you did get a shout out. There you go. Oh yeah, another thing I'll start off, kind of a safety rule. When you get these, like anything else, even though it's a wristband, same rules apply. So I feel like I can do this with a slip machine. Same thing with the band, make sure you keep a flat back. We're gonna try to do this variation of a leg press.
Yeah.
Because you just feel it in your quadriceps and not your back while doing this. And actually, I've also found out this exercise is also more effective if you do a single leg. Can you go a little bit more further back, go arms, and then press it up that way.
Too easy with 2 legs.
Right. Plus, it makes you do a lot more stability.
My legs are the only thing that have any strength.
And of course, when it's set up, for me personally, if I get my knees too close together, sorry, my legs too close together, it isn't exactly a nice feeling on my knees
Oh,
either.
it like twists you in, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a lot more ergonomic, keeps your back, and doesn't affect your back, and actually keeps your knees in shape too. So it's a good alternative. If you're not quite working with squats and get a rest, you can do this.
Do a pink panel.
You need to be making different noises for that.
Feels a little tied up at the moment.
I think that's, I wrapped it up kind of quickly too. And last but not, and of course, last but not least, just everyday stuff like, get up to walk periodically, get a few steps in, like with a Fitbit. And of course, one day it's actually nice here in Michigan, and that's of course you can always run outside if you can't get to the gym and do cardio there.
You know, what I find myself having the most trouble with is, because I don't ever have time to actually work out anymore between work and my kids and everything. So when I actually do find time, I don't know what too much is for me. Like, is that just like, because I've gotten to points where I'm like, okay, it's starting to hurt, but I feel like I can do a little more. Like,
You want to
Best.
put, yeah.
and that's the
Then you
thing, I don't
can't
want to
move the
stop
next
if I'm
day.
actually starting to do something. But I also don't want to wake up the next day and be in a coma.
It's like one of those things where it's like after a while you kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
You just gotta know when to listen to your body. Because you can know it's like different types of pain almost.
Yeah.
Like somebody
see, I
said, it's
know
like the
that.
right type of pain and the wrong type of pain.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm just a little sore and stiff, okay, I can deal with that. But if I wake up and I'm like 10 man, that's the wrong type of pain.
Yeah.
And I've been there. I'll leave it to your imagination, but I've worked out with Will several times, and several times I've overdone it.
Yeah.
Including one time when I was going on vacation the next day, and I spent half the vacation hobbling around like an old man.
Yeah, the biggest one for me is running, because I haven't ran in so long. And my first jog in like forever, the next day I thought I hurt my ankle, simply because I didn't like prep my legs. And
Yep, that happened before too. Where I feel like in my hip or my knee doing it. And of course, the last time because of course, the first nice day of the summer, this spring, I run twist. After I got done running, I thought, okay, welcome the next day. And I got on the bed, and it was like right here in my ankle.
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah.
Back in my healthier days, I did a sit-up contest with somebody.
Oh no.
And I did like 200 and something sit-ups.
And you
I
were ready to
could-
throw up.
I couldn't eat for 3 days. Literally, just sips of water was it, and I couldn't stand up straight the next morning.
I couldn't sit up in bed either.
I literally walked like I was this angled. I could not stretch my stomach muscles enough to stand up straight.
So would you say, Willie, keeping in the spirit of the panel, that the answer would be it's better to do too little than too much, as long as you keep doing it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I can be impatient.
Probably more
Like,
frequency than more
I don't know.
long.
Now, if you were looking for running, I never tried. I hear a lot about this couch to 5K thing. I don't know
Oh,
if
where they
that's-
have you like double it every.
Right. If it was something you were able to do with any kind of consistency, I know there's probably a number of them, but the one that's sticking in my head is called Couch to 5K, and it's just a guided. It's like, okay, run 5 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow.
So it starts out and actually builds you up to something.
Right.
Yeah.
But I only mention it because that might be something to help counteract the impatience, because you can see the trajectory, like
Yes.
it's already planned
Yeah, that
out.
would.
So you're like, you know what, I don't have to run an hour today because, by the end of the month I'll be running an hour. So today I'm just gonna do the 15 minutes and that's fine.
My daughter does that. Her school has a Run to Be Fit group. And they're doing, it's like the couch thing, but yeah, they double it.
Yeah.
So they meet on Mondays and Wednesdays. So if they run, whatever, on Monday, they double it on Wednesday, and then they double it again the next Monday.
Oh.
And they're prepping for a 5K.
Right on.
And depending on the ages of your kids, I hear that they can be quite the little exercise monsters too.
Oh, yeah,
So.
yeah. But
It's
they
nice
wanna
if you
do
get
their
them to
own-
run, then they sit when they get home and leave you alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like the story of my niece. When she was little, this was me at the end of the day. Like, Uncle, wanna play? I'm like, I'm tired. Wanna play? I'm done. I'm tired.
I'm old.
I have no idea where they get all that energy, man.
That was
If
why
only
that.
we could get a little taste of it.
Right.
And ironically, now she's older, about to go to high school, stuff, playing energy, so now she's taking it out on soccer and running. So, okay, so basically, you go on the field and leave me alone. Nice. Unless I'm training you, which is also kind of fun, so that's good as well.
Anybody else here a programmer or have that sitting at the desk problem a lot? That's one of my biggest things. I forget who mentioned it, just like the making you get up. That's
Sit on the ball.
I was about to bring that up because actually my
If you
desk has
sit
one
at a
of
desk, you should sit at one of those big yoga balls. Because you're rotating, you have to like keep your balance on it.
Constantly work your
So it
core
works-
muscles
It
while
works
doing
all
that.
of your core muscles to sit on a ball.
And
I don't
actu-
work at a desk though.
And actually, one that's a little bit better that I can show off would be the little disc, stability disc. Because that's what I have in my desk.
oh, I've seen that.
The what?
Stability disc. So it's kind of like a disc, it's about this big, but still the same width as almost a regular chair. Normally people have been doing these kind of stand up, doing squats, pushes, and everything else, the little stability discs they have. However, you put them on your desk where you're sitting down, they're awesome for that. Because because I'm saying they custom make you work your core and actually help you with your posture where you're sitting as well. So your back stays straight like this instead of it's all crooked and jagged all right to the side. And another thing they have that my chiropractor recommend, if it's really bad, they even have a little cushion you put in the back of a standard desk chest. So it kind of almost like a net that holds you in place when you're sitting down too. By the way. Oh,
What's that?
now there's just ask them to say.
Oh, I was just describing the thing you're talking about. It's like just the top of the exercise ball.
Uh-huh.
Like slice
Yeah, I
off
know
and
what you're
now
talking
get
about on the
into it.
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a little extreme about it. I took a power drill to my cubicle and reorganized some things. So I'm
I work in a
standing-
lab, so I don't get
Yeah, I'll figure
I'm
to bring that up.
standing now most of the time. So
Yeah, so basically the
Yeah,
do-it-yourself
sit down
standing desk. Get some 2x4s, put your laptop on top of it, done.
Well, I'm a manager in a restaurant, so I'm constantly walking around.
Yeah, you're always on your feet
it's
too.
the opposite problem, right?
Yeah.
See, I teach preschool, so by the end of the
You're
day, I
always
don't
moving.
feel like doing anything.
Yeah, you,
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Mine's not
that's
as
an
much
interesting-
walking as you guys. I pretty much stand in front of equipment,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, I did that a lot at a factory. I've done both sides of the factory, being in an assembly side where they make you just stand there at your machine. You do that for hours. And then the press side, I walked around, did all kinds of stuff and this and that. But yeah, I'd say I do a lot more walking as a manager, like doing what I do now.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
When we brought that, it gave me flashbacks to my very first job ever at Little Caesars.
That's an interesting point though about the like, get home. I just don't feel like doing anything. I don't know if there's any cure for that or any
No.
tips to
Like
kind
you
of
have
get
to
over
go
You have to
from
have
work to
somebody
the gym.
else with you.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
best for
Yeah,
that.
that's what
You
I'm
have to
trying
have somebody
do.
else who's motivated next to you. So when you're tired, they can push you, and when they're tired, you push them.
Yeah.
I found that's really the only thing that helps with that motivation factor.
And Neil already knows my solution. Death metal and Monster Energy drinks.
Monster energy drinks will give you the
Migraine.
Dude, I don't
It's
recommend you drink
a
them every day.
migraine.
And try to get the sugar-free, you can drink them.
yeah, coffee is my
Oh my god, my head would explode.
Yeah, and also you probably don't want to use my second solution on top of that, which is the death metal. So now you have that little at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind that
It's
stuff.
some good music to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all just depends on my feelings. I listen to like all kinds of stuff. I listen to classical in the car. Then when I get home, I put on death metal. Just when I'm at work, whatever's on the radio.
Yeah, I found out like when I had to go to the squat rack, I had to like type in a whole bunch of irritatingly bad cold fusion code. I had to listen to Cannibal Corpse or Disturbed at the very least.
That's a good band. I like them.
Yeah.
I still have, I guess, a running mix that I made it's rather than putting the iPod on random or something, it's the same songs every time, which might drive some people crazy.
I do the same
But if I'm
thing.
doing a run, it kind of like helps me time. It's like, oh yeah, it's that song. I'm right
Let
about
you know if
here.
you're almost done.
I do the same thing, but I do like a faster song, and then kind of
Yeah.
a slow one, and then faster, and then a slow one.
Then I-
So that I'm like doing, running fast, and then I
Yep.
slow it down a little bit, and then get back up, and then, because that keeps me running longer.
Okay.
It's fine, guys.
When I get that slower song in there, it changes my pace just enough that I can keep running a further distance.
Yeah, that sounds like this one time I actually put the time and effort to actually make it almost an optimal running playlist. Where I should just say they had like music, slower music, then it got faster and faster, and by the time I knew I was gonna do my cool down, then it
It
slowed down.
slows down, yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer instrumentals when I'm running. If I actually listen to music, I get too like, I don't know, I think too much if there's actually
Yeah.
lyrics and stuff.
Yeah, but you can do the same thing. It's about the beat, not the lyrics.
Yeah, I know, but I can't not focus on them because that's like the only thing I'm hearing. Like,
I mean, I'm the same way. For me, it's like I can do like, watch
When you
YouTube
get hit by a
videos
car.
on my elliptical. However, I'm running.
mhm.
I can't listen to words that throws me off concentration, which is
Yeah.
why I either have to A, listen to instrumentals, B, listen to video game background music, or C, go back to death metal because I can't understand what they're saying anyway.
Yeah, it's just like those people that can't listen to music and read at the same time. It's a lot easier if you want to do that if you use instrumentals as opposed to things with lyrics.
Yep.
Because then you're not trying to focus
You're
on
a
the
fan
next
of death metal, and you can't understand the lyrics. Thank you. Because I was, how do people listen, why do they even bother
It's
saying
supposed to-
anything?
I
I
understand.
can't understand them anyway.
Well,
So it's like you don't understand after you listen to certain songs enough times.
yeah, I mean, and the other thing is just like any other band, it comes with lyrics. And then once you get like a feel for how the lyrics sound in that vocalization of it, eventually.
Or we're calling it vocalization?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it comes from the
Is that what
mouth.
we're calling it?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's
Actually, yeah, technically, I think that's the right word.
It is the right word.
Yeah, one is your gateway drug, which is disturb.
Pretty sure that comes from something deeper than your mouth.
Ovulations, perhaps.
So you saw something that's some core like disturb. Then you move on to Slipknot.
Okay, I can
Then-
handle up to Slipknot.
Then you move on to Static X.
Yeah, nope, now you lost
Oh,
me.
Static X isn't that
Then you
bad.
move to Cannibal Corpse. Or something in between that Cannibal Corpse.
Slipknot is about my ass.
Okay.
But I do agree, you don't want to think too hard while you're working out, it seems.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at,
I've
yeah.
tried a couple of times, I've actually.
Well, I
put
think
on
you're more likely to get hurt.
podcasts or-
Yeah.
I think you're more likely to get hurt when you're, because you start thinking about the music and then
Right.
you're not paying attention to where you're at.
Yeah.
Which is why for me, when I'm doing legs, that's why Slipknot is awfully good because there's some songs where it's like, oh, I need to hear. So they just concentrate on the lyrics. You're not gonna understand most of what they're saying. I just want to hear the beat and I'm growling. That's all I'm
No
thinking about.
growling.
Yeah.
Somewhat change of pace, but I forgot to ask this earlier. Any on-the-go advice for stretching specifically, or just general advice for stretching? I know it's something I tend to neglect a bit more than I should.
Sure, one thing that's pretty good. Sure, pull the camera down so it'll be easier for people that are watching this via YouTube can see it. One thing that's real good is like kind of lay down on the ground. Kind of bring your arms up to a T like this. Bring your knees over. If you have the flexibility, move your hand in the opposite direction. And this is real good if you've been at your desk all day. Or if you've been training legs and you need to open your hips up. Move to the other side. So you want to stretch that evenly. And then of course,
So
also
anything
anything
you
with
do-
yoga.
Anything you do to one side, make sure you do it to the other side as well.
Exactly. And of course you have the something known as child's pose. You kind of bring your knees out. Be careful with your knees though. Bring your hands out like so. Stretching your back this way.
If you're in a hotel or someplace where you don't trust your face in the carpet.
Yeah, make sure you have some type of distance, which is why, you know, I'm making sure I have some distance.
Throw a towel down.
I
or
was gonna say, you could
something.
use a towel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chances are the towels are clean if you're in a nice hotel.
Right. Then of course you
You're in
have
a no
everyone's
towel.
favorite, which would be
I was just in one of those, it was not pleasant.
hamstring stretch. Make sure you keep a flat back. Maybe put a little bit of bend in your knees if you don't have full flexibility and get a good stretch in here this way.
I always have to cheat a little bit with that.
Yeah, because you definitely, I mean, you'd rather you bend your knees and try to round your back while doing it. Because you definitely don't want to round your back while doing that stretch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep the back straight.
Can you
Yeah.
do that one again? I'm sorry.
Sure, make sure like your head from your hips. Then you kind of bring yourself as far down as humanly possible. If you need to put a bend in your knees, do that. So you should feel it right here in your hamstrings.
Okay.
And then some people, when they want to get a little bit
I always
deeper
rock
with
my
it,
back.
they can also do this, get the glute muscle a little bit. This is where it's real tight for me. But once again, put a little bit of bend if you need to.
And don't bounce, right?
Right. Other side.
Just bouncing like wrist overextension and like pulling something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now last but not least, kind of move your legs out a little bit. Once again, hinge from the hips. Also good for stretching out your hamstrings, open up your hips. And of course, did you also sometimes you have a tight shoulder if that's too long? Do this kind of open up your shoulder as well. And even do this variation where you grab your elbow and stretch it that way. All right, any more questions before we wrap this up? I think that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate you guys. Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm also on YouTube. I'm also known as, on YouTube I'm known as Jack Geek. So basically, a quick little search for Jack Geek or WBowen05.
Right on, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, you too.